If you are a people pleaser, you're probably very good at doing what you're told. And lately, what you are being told by every 30 seconds video on Instagram, on TikTok, is to let go, to stop chasing, to actually detach and raise your vibration. Also, let the universe bring you your dream life, your dream job, and your dream relationship. I am here to tell you that this is the biggest lie currently being sold on the internet. In the next few minutes, we are going to debunk the commercialized ghost of manifestation. We are going to talk about why listening to 1-minute clips from all the influencers is actively destroying your reality, your self-trust, and your self-image. We will also cover the detachment delusions, why the universe is not a mending machine. It's a reflection system, and the brutal truth about what it actually takes to get what you want. If you have been waiting for fate to intervene, if you have been sitting in your room wondering why your vision board is not working, this video is going to be your wake-up call. So stop scrolling, pay attention, and let's talk about the real law of action. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about things that you guys have been shushing away. In today's video, we will talk about the toxic manifestation trap. Why 30 seconds video on the internet are actually ruining your life. You scroll through the Instagram or TikTok and a beautiful lit person looks in the camera and tells you if you want something, you need to stop wanting it so badly. They tell you to detach. They give you 3 steps to manifest your dreams, all neatly packed into 45 seconds of aesthetical role. But here's my question. Are you really letting 30 seconds of someone speaking to a camera change how we see the world? Are we literally letting a minute of heavy curated content override our basic survival instincts? As people pleasers, we are conditioned to look outward for the answers. We do not trust our own gut. So what do? We outsource our intuition to algorithms. We let influencers become our gurus because, well, admit it, it is easier to follow a 30-second script than to sit in the quiet and ask ourselves the hard questions. But think about the audacity of taking life advice from a medium designed to hold your attention for time less than it takes to tie your shoes. These videos are not designed to give you the truth, okay? They are designed to keep you on the app. They strip away all the nuance, all the pain, all the actual effort that is required to build a life that you are dreaming. They sell you the stripped down, a filtered version of reality where success is just a mind shift away. It makes you blind. It blinds you to the fact that nothing real is built in a minute. Brings me to the biggest scam of all, the idea of detachment. You know, the social media spiritualists conflate detachment with apathy. They tell you that to get the job, to get to the success, to get to the money, you have to stop caring. You have to sit back. So my version is, when I come to you with the truth is, let me tell you a secret about leaving your plans to fate. It's a defense mechanism. It's a way to protect your ego, because if you do not try and you fail, you can't just blame the universe. You can say, well, it was not meant to be. But if you try with every fiber of your being, if you actually put yourself out and you fail, that hurts. That will hurt your soul. So people pleasers choose apathy disguised as detachment. We detach from the work, we sit in the vacuum and we wait. But nature abhors the vacuum, and it does not fill it in with career advancement or the aim that you have for life just because you are bored and waiting patiently. True detachment does not mean you stop doing work. True detachment means that you are unattached to the outcome. You are unattached to the ego bruising sting of a rejection. It means that you can hear the word no and not let it destroy your identity. But you still have to wake up and do the work. You cannot omit out of the work and think that it will come to you. The word manifestation itself comes from the Latin word manifestus. It means caught in the hand. It is an active work, so you have to reach out to catch something. If you apply 500 jobs over 2 years and you are just passively clicking buttons, you are actually detached from the outcome. You're not manifesting, you are just participating in a lottery. It is only when you get what I call the craziness to do the actual work, to shake the tree, to meet the people, to risk looking foolish, that things actually begin to change. People love to say that if you just put out the intention, out there, the universe will meet you in the middle. But what is the middle ground? It is not a waiting room. The middle ground is a collision point. A collision point. Think of it like a chemical reaction. You are one chemical, and the opportunity you are looking for is another. So if you stay inside your beaker and you just meditate on the other chemical coming to find you, nothing will happen. You remain exactly as you are. So you have to pour yourself into the mix. You have to generate friction. When you finally decide to get out there, to meet recruiters, to film the videos, to speak your actual truth, instead of what you think people want you to hear, you are creating friction in that process, and friction eventually will create heat, and heat will create the change you're looking for. The universe cannot meet you halfway if you have not even left the starting line. Magnets only work when they are within a certain proximity to each other. You work your networking. Your literal physical and mental movement is what brings you into that magnetic range. There's a phrase I love, and I'm sure you have heard of it. The universe meets you at your level of audacity. This statement has so many layers, especially for people pleasers who are actually terrified of being audacious. We are always taught to shrink. We are taught to be quiet, but the universe is not a reward system. It does not look down at you being quiet, polite, little people pleaser and say, wow, they have been so patient, let me hand them a trophy. The universe is a reflection system. If you do not move an inch, it reflects that stagnation back at you. The audacity of expecting a harvest without planting a single seed is met with the audacity of a landscape that remains completely empty. This is the audacity of inaction. If you just ask and do nothing, it meets you at that level of audacity. You get empty echoes. If you take massive risk and put yourself out there, it meets you at that level of audacity. You get chaos, but you also will definitely get opportunities. And if you get sad, okay, after 500 rejection from a job, if you stay sad for a long period of time, it will meet you right there in that sadness. This is what we call the bounce back speed, right? If you let the sadness define you, you start to vibrate at a frequency of the person who was rejected. And when you walk into the room of opportunities, people can smell the defeat on you. Recruiters, meetings, dates, YouTube, they require a different level of reflection. They require hunger. So detachment is not about never getting hurt. You will get hurt. The bounce back speed is the path back to yourself. It is how fast you can process the sting. Realize it is not about your worth and get back into the collision point. I have seen people's lives get completely ruined because they have just dreamed and dreamed. They sat in chairs, closed their eyes, and waited for law of attraction to save them. Dreamers only change the world when they have movement. The dreamers who actually alter reality are usually the most exhausted people in the room because they are running toward their dream, not waiting for it to arrive. So how do you stop being a people pleaser from the algorithm? How do you stop being a people pleaser to a society that wants you to stay passive? You open your eye to the reality of physics. Action creates reaction. Moment creates momentum. If a piece of advice online feels like bullshit, it probably is. It feels too easy. It is a lie. Deep down, you know what work you're avoiding. You exactly know what phone calls you need to make, what videos you need to film, and what risk you are hiding from under the guise of trusting the universe. It is time to stop being a passive observer of your own life. It is time to get crazy. Take that raw, unpolished energy, that your frustration that you feel from being ignored, from being rejected, and channel it. Channel it into actual moment. The universe is actually waiting to reflect your audacity, what you're going to show it. If this message resonated with you, and if you're tired of the superficial advice, you want the actual truth about navigating this life, stick around. Hit subscribe. We're building a community of people who are ready to do the actual work. Leave a comment below telling me one of the audacious moves you are making this week. Do not just think about it, write it down and then go do it. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.